Hello. So, one of the main concepts of Ayurveda that you may already be familiar with is something called prana. And prana is essentially your vital life force. It means the exact same thing as chi, if you've heard of that term from the Chinese culture, Chinese medicine doctrine. Prana is the essential driving life force present in all things. It's in the ocean, it's in the air, the atmosphere around us, it's in every plant, it's in us, every animal. Prana is that animating life force, that vital energy. And prana, like chi, can get blocked. You know, if you have your shoulders are uneven or you have tension somewhere in your body, that's a sign of blocked, constricted prana, that something is preventing that from flowing as it is intended to, giving you the optimal vital energy and health and regenerative properties that human beings are designed to have. Usually something emotional is hindering that, because emotions are very embedded in the body tissues. One of my Ayurveda teachers called them the issues in your tissues. So all of our issues show up in our tissues. Anywho, this is a handy dandy little quick tutorial on how to cultivate, literally, prana in your body. And we're gonna do that by something so simple called sprouting. I fell in love with sprouting because it's a way to farm and grow your own organic food without any dirt at all. You literally, no earth required. You can grow food with no earth. It's magic. So one thing I've done here, if you can see, these are cabbage and broccoli sprouts. Literally, all you do is you put the seeds in here with a little water. You soak the seeds for 8 hours overnight, and then you just drain them and rinse them and drain them and rinse them, rinse and spit, just like at the dentist. And in about, I think this is 4 days. In 4 days, you have a serving of living food. And it's so important to eat living food if you can, right out of the dirt. If you can, if you're fortunate enough to have fruit trees or a vegetable garden where you can pick things straight from the earth and eat it, that's the most essential, the highest concentration of life force. Another way to think of it is high vibrational food. So we all think, we've heard the slogans, we've seen the sweatshirts even that say, good vibes only, raise your vibration, I'm at a higher vibration, a higher frequency. And that frequency is a measurement of the flow of prana within your system, right? So if you're in a low vibrational state, think about it, low vibrational state, very dense. You're probably stuck in the same repetitive negative thought patterns. I'm not good enough. Things never work out for me. That's going to be expensive. There's no way I can do that. I can't take a trip now. Are you kidding me? Like all of these blocks, literally, it's blocks. So low vibration brings blocks. High vibration brings flowing, possibility, optimal being. And who doesn't want that, right? So easy way we can ingest prana on a daily basis is by taking living food, like vegetarian sushi is essentially what this is, because it's raw living food that you grow from seeds. And seeds are little pods full of prana. They are, all you need to do is put them in some moisture and some dark covered earth, or just in the dark in a jar, and they do their thing. They just manifest this life on their own. It's beautiful. Another thing that you can do, so these are obviously sprouts. They have a lot of vitamins and minerals. The other thing about high vibrational living food is it's the highest nutritional concentration you're going to get. So think about like when you buy a new car, it's the same thing. When you buy a new car, the second you drive it off the lot, the value of the car begins to depreciate. So the car is actually worth less on this side of the car dealership driveway than it is on this side once you drive off, once you sign the, pink slip, I own this car. I think you get the pink slip at the DMV, whatever. As soon as you buy the car, it stops, it loses value. Same thing with vegetation, fruits, and vegetables. So if you're going to a normal mega chain grocery store like your Ralph's or your Vons or even Whole Foods, the vegetables there that they have maybe come from all the way in South America, from Argentina, because of the way that the equator mirrors our climate pattern. So summer here is winter there, winter here is summer there. So we're still able to conveniently have all of these delicious summer fruits in the dead of winter because we're able to source them from Argentina. The thing is, the nutrition begins to dissipate as soon as the fruit or the vegetable or the herb leaves the ground. So if something was grown in Argentina and then put on a, in a warehouse and then on a ship and then on a truck and then taken to, across the country to like a Stater Brothers in the Inland Empire, California, it may be like several weeks. So there's no more living life force in that piece of fruit or vegetable anymore. Yes, there's still some calories. Yes, there's still some minerals present in it. If you cook it, that'll dissipate even more. So you see where I'm getting with this. We want to get as close to the earth and living food as possible to maximize prana and help that life force flow through us. You will notice an increase in your energy. You will notice more emotions coming up, and increased prana, increased vital life force doesn't necessarily mean that you won't feel any bad emotions. Actually, the opposite is kind of true, because as you undo the blocks in your body, the issues in your tissues, you'll feel them, because a lot of them are just so embedded that we have suppressed them to the point that we don't feel them. So that anger you might feel, that resentment you feel towards, a parent or a partner, becomes so embedded that you no longer register it emotionally, but maybe you have like some really tight hips, and maybe you have, some low back pain because you no longer feel the inadequacy or the low self-esteem from not having as much as the next person. Like these little illusions that we subscribe to and become embedded beliefs. They do become embedded. They become issues in your tissues. So this is one way to get some vitamins and minerals, just seeds and water, rinse and spit. This took 4 days, and I'm going to enjoy it with some guacamole right now. But if you're worried about protein, you can do the same thing with beans. So these are just garbanzo beans, seeds. These are beans or seeds. It's the same. This is just a bag. I think this was literally $2.29 at Whole Foods. Organic, of course. So you see these, they're like these dry, little shriveled, hard, dense seeds. They've been dehydrated. You can hear them. They're hard, they're dense, they're shriveled up, like little tiny walnuts, essentially. All you do literally is soak it in water overnight, and they engorge, they soak up that water, and they come alive. And then if you begin to do the rinse and spit process every 8 hours, this is 2 days. This is literally 48 hours. And look at this. Look at the difference. So we have these dry, dry little walnut guys here. You can hear them clacking around. And then you rinse and spit, and they become engorged, and they also begin to root, right? So there's actually roots coming out of these garbanzo beans now because they're sprouted, which means I put the prana has been awoken within them. So they are alive. And this makes all of the beautiful amino acids and proteins and minerals in these garbanzo beans infinitely more bioavailable. So these are fresh, living sprouts now. You can put them in the dirt and grow your own beanstalk. And by all means, if you have the property, go for it. But if you don't, you can grow living food in a jar and increase your prana, increase your vibration, and start living a healthier, more holistic life. Just like that. Namaste.